All right, we're back. I got a big grin on my face today because look at this. We upgraded. We've upgraded. It took a goddamn headache and a half. We're recording so late because of this thing. This thing.
I just want to say that I'm happy my son is still alive. I was nervous there with the several mishaps with our equipment, and he fought through it and stayed strong.
Dude, the support was great. Like, I don't get me wrong. Like, the support guys were great, but like, even the support guy was confused.
Yeah, he needed a support guy.
He was like, he needed a support guy. So, anyways,
so congratulations to my son. He put all this equipment together.
Oh my God,
we're live, and
it's so baller.
It sounds really good, and I hope it allows us to do even better work on our cast here. And are we migrated yet, or are we?
Yeah, we're all set up. I mean, that's our new look now. Okay, yeah, I mean, you look us up. That's it. All right, we are now officially Miller Uncensored.
Miller Uncensored. So
that's the name.
I think do you have a topic that you really want to get into? Because I think we could segue into a decent one.
I mean, you've had them all, so far away.
I'm just saying. I think that, and something that we discuss frequently, and it's like staying the course and like pushing through.
Oh
and, like,
my gosh,
not being a little
one.
bitch.
That's a great one.
And like,
especially with this.
Yes, that's
right here.
That's it. That's
right
it.
Here.
The only reason we're here right now is that someone, my son, decided to do it and then hit a million barriers fucking around doing it and didn't quit, and sent the equipment back and bought new equipment and researched and got online and called support and figured shit out. And that's what happens. And that's in life. I think what happens with people is they struck to these barriers and they just bow and they quit.
You bow and quit. Yeah.
And it's so sad because there's so many great ideas. And I remember years ago we talked about like ideas, and I was like, what I said to you, I was like, dude, ideas are fun and they're like dreams, but they're not shit without making it happen.
Yeah.
And in so much I found is like that first step, like the first step's the hardest. You were like, all right, what do I got to do? I mean, and everyone we talk to is like, oh yeah, I want to do a podcast. I want to do a podcast. I want to do this.
We're like, I want to do this. I want to do that. Yeah.
And do they have one? No.
They don't got shit.
I want to get my real estate license. I want to sell insurance. I want to start a restaurant. I want to buy this or I want to buy that. And 10 years later, you're saying the same stupid shit.
Yeah, just like, no, seriously. So, I just want to keep messing with this thing because I love it.
Can they see the front of that just because it looks cool? Do you want to hold it up so they can see it? Can you like tilt it up?
I mean, I can tilt it like this.
Yeah, just like.
Yeah, it's pretty baller. I mean, if anyone wants,
one of those buttons so they can see what it does.
If any of you guys want to do a podcast,
what is this? All right, does it matter?
That one's gonna be an air horn, so it might be kind of loud. Hold up, might turn it down.
All right, let's try it. Oh, that's like a hockey goal.
You can be like,
score. So,
dude, this thing has made things 10 times funner. I mean, it's made it's. I mean, yeah. If anything, it was all worth it. Now that I went through it all,
yeah,
it's definitely all worth it. I mean, and there's more. There's more. What is this? Cheers. What is this? Megaphone.
Fire away.
What does that say? Rim shot.
Sweet.
I think that's
Oh, that's like voice effects.
Yeah,
that changes my voice.
That's some pretty cool stuff there.
And
You kind of sound like Darth Vader a little bit there.
Turned on my voice changer.
So, yeah.
Is it only doing yours?
It's only doing mine for some reason. I'm not sure
maybe
I don't know.
We'll have to figure
that out later. But that's always fun with it.
But yeah, I think that what I found is that perseverance, that final push to the top, that final moment, because man, there's just barriers everywhere, like in everything. Everywhere you go, like
job interviews.
Yeah, It's like, hey, I want to get a new job. And what do people do? I got to get a new job. I don't like where I work. I need to get a new job. I hate it here. I don't like the people I work with. I don't like this. And I guess you just fall into some level of complacency or laziness, or for lack of a better word, and you don't go get that new job. And almost what happens every time you tell yourself you need a new job and you don't go do anything about it, sooner or later, your boss smells it on you and they can your ass because you're not motivated, you're not into it, and they can see it,
Yeah.
you know? And I had one of my mentors say to me one time, they said, Mark, in every job, there's an expiration date. And you need to know what your expiration date is before your boss does.
Oh, for sure. For sure. For sure your boss is going to cook you.
Yeah, cook you. And I made the mistake of saying, I'm going to get a new job. And 6 months later, the company I was working with, not to mention any names, Houston's, helped me along and said, Mark, you do need a new job and I'm going to help you go get one. Because this now is your old job that doesn't exist anymore.
Did we already talk about that story?
I think we
on
did.
here?
Did you have me tell that whole story?
I don't know. I think that might have been maybe I can't even remember.
I think maybe that was the one that we didn't do. Like it didn't work or whatever.
Probably.
But I think that's so those stumbling blocks, I think, are the challenges in life that people quit on.
Yeah.
You just quit.
No, for sure.
You're like, this sucks.
I definitely would understand someone going through what I went through and just being like, yeah, I'm done.
No.
I'm done. This is just,
and that's it.
There's just so many different things that I have to get together and so many different things I have to do and solve. And because, it took me a lot of brain power and it took me a lot of strength not to get like upset. I was upset, but it took me a lot of strength to not like want to just go out and get another product, get something simpler.
I think too is like understanding yourself, that like you were in that moment and we had gotten everything out. We were literally right here. We were like right here, and then it didn't work. Like everything was ready. Like
you were taking pictures.
Yeah,
like you were taking pictures, being like, "Dude, this is sick."
Yeah, like we were. This is
setup,
it's go time, and then it didn't work. So like I just made that joke to you earlier about like Christmas Day we're gonna have to move it back a couple days. That's awful. I'd freak the fuck out if I was a kid. Hey, no, I'm sorry, Mark. I know you're 5 and you want to open your G.I. Joe with a Kung Fu grip, but like we've got to wait a couple days.
We can't do it anymore.
Cool, we can't do it. And that's it. It was like, we got all this equipment. You got it all. Like, we want to get it out. And it's like, I think you have to be calm enough in those moments to be like, you know what? We're close. And it's okay to step away for a half a day.
Yeah, no, totally.
Like it's not always about just like push and grind, because that's just going to piss you off and you're going to make some bad decisions.
Yeah.
Sometimes you just got to go, you know what? Let's go get something to eat.
Yeah.
Let my mind reboot and let me recalibrate my energy. And then maybe you come back. And what do? We came back. We plugged it in.
Yeah, we were in. And the thing is, we were right, because I unplugged it during the whole update process, during when I was doing this thing earlier. And he was like, yeah, go ahead and like unplug it. And I was like, during the exact thing that I did last time.
And you're like, I've seen this movie before.
Yeah, I'm like, I've seen this before. I'm going to touch it and then it's not going to work. And he's going to be like, all right, yeah, I'm sending you a warranty email. You're going to have to send that thing back in. And I'm going to I would have smashed it. I would have smashed it and sent it back in a bunch of pieces and been like, oh, I'm sorry. Something must have happened in shipping.
Yeah,
my bad.
This doesn't, I don't know. When it left my place, it was fine.
I want a double refund. For both of my fucking casters.
Yeah, and I also want like, some like hazard pay for my mental state.
Yeah, literally. I want some pain and suffering.
Yeah, I think you guys aged me a year.
Literally.
And I'm not into it. So
but now I'm like a certified like audio engineer.
You're a tech. People go to school a long time to figure this shit out.
Yeah, I'm certified.
It's like Matt Damon in Good Will Hunting. He's like, you know what? I can give you all the books you're going to read. I send you to the library. You can get the same education for free. Instead of your Harvard $80,000 a year freaking tuition.
Yeah.
Ouch.
Yeah, that one hurts.
So persevere, stay the course, push, take the first step.
Seriously, do what you want to do, man. I don't. We wanted to do this because we wanted to do it. We're not doing it for anyone else but ourselves, because I mean, we've talked about having a podcast or, uh, doing film online, content online for years. I mean, this guy
Yeah.
has told me to do something, just do something.
Yeah,
And
when you
I
started like really
mean,
gaming and then started watching guys game
yeah.
and live stream on
Yeah,
the
I
gaming,
mean,
and I'm
you
like,
heard about that and didn't even really understand it, but you were like, if those guys are doing it, you can do it too.
yeah, because I mean, I'm sorry. You look at some of these guys and they figured that shit out, and you're like, all right,
Yeah, like I can do that shit too.
I can. If
I
that
can
guy
figure that
did
shit
it,
out.
I mean,
Yeah.
seriously.
And yeah, I mean, I did it I did it a little bit. I posted a couple videos. I just, they weren't up to par. I was definitely didn't have the setup that I have now, but also I didn't have the money that I have now. And
Yeah.
I definitely think also that too. Like if you aren't fortunate enough to be in the situation that, I've been able to have, live in my parents' house and, still work a job and, be able to like afford the equipment because I don't think everyone else is able
But
to
that's it,
afford
though. That's
what
the
I'm
thing.
able to
Though.
afford.
You could
but,
figure anyone could figure it out.
but that too, yeah.
You were able to make it happen faster, but that's another barrier.
Yeah.
That's a barrier.
Yeah, I guess you're right. Yeah.
And no matter what, you have to commit to spending the money. It's your money.
Yeah.
Yeah. However you got it, is irrelevant. The fact is, as you said, this is a barrier. This is a challenge, and I'm going to spend the money because I think this is helping to move it forward. Something I really want to do.
Yeah. No, and I mean, also in itself, I mean, you got to have fun. I mean, if you're doing something and you're not having fun doing it, there's no point in doing anything. I mean, if you're already living a grateful life and you're already doing the things you want to do, then you don't got to do anything extra. I just like doing things extra because doing things extra is what makes me happy. And knowing that the things that I'm doing are extra.
Well, I think it's exciting too. You're done. You did high school. The education side of your life. It's only going to grow if you choose it to
Yeah.
now. That we throw your ass in school at 5, 6 years old, and then you ride that for 12 years.
Yeah.
And it's like, you might not like school. You may love school. You might like this class and hate this one, hate this teacher or whatever. But like, you're being forced to learn something.
Yeah, no, and I think that's
And
probably
you have good
what-
mom and dad, they're going to ride you.
I think that's also what kind of makes it easier to like go through school. Also knowing that everyone else has done it, knowing that you're alone and doing something definitely makes it a little bit harder being like, and also like, yeah, you're not being forced to do it. You're not,
Well, it's choice. It's like right now,
yeah,
if
like choice.
if you and I were like, oh, hey, we want to go take a history class at PVCC, like that would
Yeah.
be total choice.
Yeah.
Like we would like get excited. We'd meet each other early.
Yeah.
We talk about what we talked about the last time, and we'd go in there and like sit in the front row and just be like,
Like,
Let's
give me
go.
it. Let's go. Yeah.
what do you got? Feed
Yeah.
me. Feed me that information. I mean, and I look back on all my education and I'm like, the barriers to my education were I just wasn't into getting it. I just was like, and I was lucky enough and I'm ever so grateful to my parents for pushing and driving me. And so I think that the big thing with that is like I was almost, held accountable by them to finish.
Yeah.
Thank goodness.
Yeah.
'Cause I bet
because
I wouldn't have.
I gotta finish because my parents are
Fitting the
my
bill
parents
and
are
they're
fitting the
on
bill
me.
and, yeah,
and,
they're
and,
on me,
and
yeah.
they don't deserve that. And whatever got me there, and I'm ever so grateful. But I do look back on all those days of all those classes that I did not go to. And what a loss, what a miss. I mean, it's impossible to live your life in reverse, but still, like I'm like, man, there's probably some really cool shit
Yeah,
I
there's
would have
probably some
learned.
really cool stuff. I mean, no, I would say you'd probably learned it more at a better pace. I mean, learning stuff because you want to learn it is definitely better than just going to class and getting through the classes because you definitely are going to pick up the material a lot easier. Like all
Which
the
is
things
so
that you
easy.
know and all the history that you know and all the books that you've read and the things that you really want to do. I mean, I kind of think that you're absorbing that at a better rate than going to
my
class.
gosh, for
and,
sure.
You know,
I mean, I used to look at a book that was 1,500 pages long and be like, absolutely not. Like, no, I don't want to read 1,500 pages of anything. There's no way I would start that. Like,
Yeah.
how do you start on page 1 when it's 1,500?
yeah,
Like, I go, you got any books with like some pictures in them
yeah,
or
like
something?
picture books.
How about
yeah.
like a comic book? That's
Comic
good. I'm
book.
gonna start there. I'm a, that 1,500 thing is another barrier, is like, I know I want all that information. Like that Ben Franklin book, like that thing was like 1,500 pages. And I was like, I just grabbed it and was like, yeah, I'm going to read this real quick.
Yeah.
I mean, it took a while, but I got through it. And it's like, I find myself quoting stuff out of that book all the time.
Yeah.
Because I'm like so fascinated with him as like really the first true American. Like, and it's so ironic that guy is like probably the number one American. I mean, him and George Washington.
I mean,
but like,
there's a reason he's on the $100 bill,
and he's not a president.
and he's not a president. You grab your phone. Just check what time it is.
I mean, a Franklin is still a Benjamin. I mean, that's still a thing.
Yeah.
I mean, no one's talking about Andrew Jackson anymore. He's on the 20, but it's like, oh, great, a 20.
Well, also Andrew Jackson definitely did a lot. I would say Andrew Jackson did more hurt than help for the United States.
That depends on your perspective.
I guess you're right.
For the United States as a country, a lot of great things.
A lot of great things.
Okay, for the United States as a
What's the time? Okay, 3:08. Cool.
As a doing a disservice to some of our United States citizens, definitely.
Yeah.
I mean, he was no friend of the Indians whatsoever.
Yeah, no, I mean, also, yeah.
I mean, that's probably the biggest glaring issue
Definitely
with Andrews.
the natives, yeah,
But
for sure.
Once again, it all his perspective. Andrew Jackson was one that pushed through every barrier at every moment. As a military leader, as a president, as a statesman, did a lot of good things. But he'll probably go down in history as he has as a really not so great person to a certain group of our society.
I think in at least in public school, I would say he's not too bad of a guy. They portray him as he helped, but also he did quite a bit of a few bad things. But
Well, I think it's hard. I mean, I think history is very judgmental, and I think everyone celebrates Christopher Columbus. But I mean, there's a whole section of our planet that would not be fans. I mean, there's this whole section of our country that would say that us showing up on the shores was the beginning of their demise.
Yeah. Beginning of the end.
And it's just like so it's both. How can you argue with the United States and what it's done and what it's meant for humanity and what it's meant for the world and the progress and the upward mobility and this true spirit of evolutionary spirit and growth and development and building what we built?
Yeah.
People could argue that that's not a good thing, but I think most people would argue that it is a good thing. But anytime barriers are broken down or barriers are pushed up against or broken down, normally there's someone or something paying a price for it.
Yeah.
I mean, doesn't everything have a price?
I don't know.
Almost everything you do, like
baking a cake.
The price is also like what you're not doing.
What about baking a cake?
There's a price.
You
had to buy it.
Chickens.
There's a real dollar monetary price, no matter what.
Oh, okay.
And no matter what, there's also opportunity cost. While you're baking that cake, you could have been reading a book. So there's all the things you weren't doing while you're baking that cake. That is the cost.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So no matter what you do, every moment you spend in your life, something else you didn't spend it doing.
Yeah.
And that's the challenge.
Yeah.
I mean, you can make yourself go crazy because you're like, I'm not doing enough. I'm not doing enough in life.
Dude, that's where I was at, like, probably, I would say a couple of months ago. I was like, I'm working at Chula, like, on the weekends, and I don't do anything in my off days, and I'm going to go crazy.
You're just not wired that way. Some people are.
And yeah, I mean, we've had this conversation a million times.
I mean, some people are.
I just can't, I can't go with, like, living my life, like I said, like, without doing that extracurricular activity. Like, I need this, like, this, and knowing I do this and work, like, gives me, like,
well, it makes that
comfort.
That has way more purpose for you now.
What?
Working your job.
Yeah.
Like and I talk to people about this all the time. because I mean, I've been in the service industry a long time. I've coached, I've managed thousands of people, and there was always pushback when I would talk to a server about being, or any employee for that matter, but being better. Like get better, like do better at your job. Well, I don't want to be a server the rest of my life. Yeah, I understand. I don't think there's many people that are out there saying, I want to serve tables the rest of my life. But I think what I always would say is, what do you want to do? Like, where are your dreams taking you? Well, I'm going to go to college and then I'm going to get a degree in this. I'm going to get, I go, well, you're here right now. And being better at this means more money, makes your job easier, makes your relationships better.
Yeah.
And this is a stepping stone to that future. And if you truly are not, if you aren't going to be the best dishwasher you can be, well, you're probably not going to be the best stockbroker you could be.
You're
You know,
right.
you're either like
And you're
great
right.
at shit or you're not. Like I washed dishes for about 3 days at my brother's restaurant, and I was like, one, this job it's okay, but it's kind of messy and dirty and gross.
Yeah, it's not.
But like, okay, and two, I'm gonna get really good at this job, so it isn't as messy and dirty and gross. Like I can figure some shit out here. So I kind of re-engineered the area and was like, how do I not get so wet and gross? And
yeah.
and then I did that, and then all of a sudden someone was like, yo, dude, you're killing it. Do you want to bust tables? And I was like, I've never bust tables. And they're like, I'll show you how. I was like, okay, I'll bust tables. And then I did that for a while. And then they're like, dude, you're really good out here. You're really good with guests, even though you're not a server. Do you want to learn to serve? So it's like being great at your current role is the greatest barrier breaker you could ever have.
Yeah.
Because people are going to go, you need to be painting with a broader brush.
Yeah, like it's like if you're already this good at something, you got to be good at something else.
Well, that's it. And we've talked about college, and I go, the one thing for me that I look at college does for you beyond the education and what you get is I started it, and 4 years later or 5 years later, I finished it. That tells people something about you. And maybe that's why only 20% of our country has a high college education, and it tells people something about like your makeup. However, there are obviously people that had huge advantages, like paying for it, and then there's obviously people that had no advantages and really killed it and worked 5 jobs. But like it tells you something. But being great at like whatever you're doing kind of tells everybody that the next thing you're gonna do, you're gonna be great at that too, or pretty damn good.
Pretty damn good.
Not gonna be great at everything, but like you're gonna be pretty damn good.
Yeah.
And once I became a good server, people were like, you should be a trainer. Like you should develop into training people what you do. And then once I did that, they're like, you really should be managing like all these people.
Yeah, like you should be
a
managing the
manager.
trainers.
Yeah, you should be managing the train.
everyone because you.
And now you're
are
one of like
already
8
in itself,
managers, and you're like, okay, you probably should be the GM. Like you're next.
Yeah. Yeah.
I mean,
For sure.
and so I became a GM because I was a fucking kick-ass dishwasher. I mean, there's no other path.
Yeah. No, you're right. No, like there isn't.
And I hear
It's like anything else, though. I
but it's
mean,
like, I don't want to be a
I
server all
don't
my
know,
life.
but what would you say about the corporate ladder? I mean,
I don't think there's any difference.
You really don't think there's a difference in there?
No, because once again, you've like when I was this,
But like, if you kill it, and the guy's just like, yeah, he kills it for me, then that's it.
okay, well, if you're killing it and he's like, this guy kills it for me, and you're not getting promoted and you're not getting more financial reward, get the fuck out of there. Like that guy sucks because you know what that guy is? He's a little puss, okay? Because he's scared of you. And because what do they tell you all the time? Every management book, don't be afraid to hire people better and smarter than you in your company. You're still the boss. You're still the person. And just because that person is smarter than you and better at you at this certain job, that don't mean they're going to be able to run the company one day. There's a lot of guys at Apple that are really good, but they'll probably never be the CEO of Apple. There's the pyramid gets tight up there.
Yeah.
So like you can't be afraid. You have to, and I know a lot of people, a friend of ours, one of the investors in Crush Brothers, like, he was working for a company and kicking ass and being a finance guy and like a big bank. And he was finally like, this place sucks. This place hold me
I'm
down.
better than this
I am
place.
better
yeah.
than this place. Like I'm smarter than everyone below me. I'm smarter than everyone above me. I know it. They know it. And they're not going to allow me to freaking be great. You know what? I got something for you. I quit. And I'm going to go do the shit on my own where I have no barriers. You know, and whatever barriers there are, I am smart enough to break through them. So I think that, you know, you just, if you want something, I mean, I am, you know, if I could wear like red, white, and blue with like little white stars all over it every day, I fucking would. Because I am a proud American. Just so everyone knows that, I am proud. I love this country. Do we have our faults? Do we have our issues? Do we have our situations that like we don't look real cool? Yes, there's no doubt. But name a country where you get to choose. And if your lazy ass doesn't get off the couch, well, then that's your fault. But I believe that our streets are paved in gold and you got to go get it. But it is America. People aren't going to give it to you.
Yeah. No, for sure.
I mean,
I could agree with that.
I mean, people in this country will give it to you at the bottom, like give you like your little apartment, like pay you to, you know, just not do shit. Like
yeah.
you can have you can be the bottom feeder.
I heard that there's like a whole social system in like Europe that you can like just do nothing and just get paid to like live.
Well, yeah, like France is like 30% unemployment. 30?
Oh my gosh, talking about France, Portugal, and Spain. Did you see all that shit? Dude, they were like all flexing online that like they like went on all renewable energy and then like a couple days later their entire power grid shut down. You didn't hear about that? Yeah, because they're trying to block it out because they don't want nobody to learn that like if we go on renewable energy, like it's going to wreck our systems.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're out of power. I mean, they got it back up within like I think 48 hours.
I didn't hear that. Well, like electric cars right now, less than 8% of our cars on our streets are
Dad,
8%.
Like people were on trains and they had to hike back through the tunnels to get back. Their train stopped. Like the internet was gone. The 5G internet was basically an EMP.
An EMP hit, basically.
And what a lot of people and what I think is happening is, you know, I don't want to say like it on here because I don't know.
Conspiracy theory.
Yeah, like I mean these people. I mean I don't know. Like I could get like a copyright strike or like just get striked on YouTube. I mean this shit. I don't know. But like yeah, they were talking about like an attack. Like they were testing how like we would react to something like that. And how like society would react, and it went bonkers. Everyone was freaking the fuck out. I mean, it was crazy. I mean, everyone was just like, I can't call anyone, I can't contact anyone, I can't get the money out of the bank. Like they couldn't get money out of the ATMs. There's no power. There's nothing.
Yeah.
It was. I mean, you gotta look it up after this.
You know what you do?
Complete meltdown.
Yeah.
Meltdown.
You better know someone with
Portugal
a well.
and Spain was
a well with a
literally
hand pump, because not even an electric pump, a hand pump. Okay. You know, what do we talk about all the time? When the shit hits a fan, you got to water,
you get one
and
of those,
you got to have the ability.
Car cranks.
Yeah, one of these things, dude. Where you're like, get your water.
We're like the freaking Panzer Shrek tank.
Yeah,
where they have to get like 3 guys to like crank the engine up.
Yep. But like you got to have water, and then you got to have the ability to defend your water supply. I think you guys know what I'm talking about. I'm not even gonna say it because we'll probably get banned. But
never freaking know, man.
You know what I mean?
Man.
But like, I can't imagine how people were freaking out.
It was insane.
Like you're on a subway, and when there's no light.
Yeah, no, there was no light.
I mean, everyone had their phones, and that was the only light.
I think they had some backup generators in there where they had like lights running through
like
the tunnels, like when they shut off.
That's still scary as shit, dude. I'd be like,
yeah, and you got
did
like
we just
your
get
backpack,
nuked?
and like there's like literally videos of people walking back through like the subway, like.
And you wouldn't have access to the internet, so you wouldn't have any way to know what's going on.
No.
So you'd be like,
no, you can't even like contact the outside
like
world.
Step out of here, and there's like radiation falling from the sky. Did we get nuked? You wouldn't know. You wouldn't know what happened.
I guess you're right. That's actually even scarier to think about.
I mean, you'd have zero knowledge of what's going on. The idea of the pod seems to be barriers, and zero electricity is definitely a barrier to the future. That would be scary as shit.
Yeah, they were talking about like crazy, like, you know, I don't even want to say it. I don't even want to say it. 'Cause I don't even know. I don't even know what's gonna happen. What the hell's gonna happen? So,
and I just want to say this right now that like I'm really enjoying our podcast, and I do it, and we throw out a lot of facts, which aren't facts. Really, they're just what we think. It's just really us.
Yeah, they don't.
I
Yeah,
like.
we're not a good news source.
My restaurant was nice, and Dave Portnoy, who a lot of people know, El Presidente.
El
pizza-
Presidente.
That's right,
Okay,
he's
a
obviously
dog. He's a
dog.
dog.
Total. I mean, blog,
Savage.
website, like savage. Like I remember when that one pizza guy got in a fight with him. He's like, "What have you done, man?" He goes, "I don't know. I sold my company for $350 million, and then ESPN sold it back to me for $1. I've done that. I've done that's pretty cool." And the guy's just like, "Oh, fuck you, man! Like, dude, what are you doing?" But
Yeah,
anyway,
seriously.
Dave, was nice enough to give us a show up and give a review. But
7.7, baby.
But
7.7.
the thing I like about Dave, because everyone likes to give him shit and be like, "Fuck you, you don't know shit, man. This fucking pizza's the best." He's like, every time in the review, "This is what I like."
Yeah.
That's it. He says it every review. Hey, this is what I like. This is what I like. This is my rating of your pizza. I don't.
This is an opinion. It's not a fact.
Yeah, it's not a fact. There are no facts
There are no facts.
about
Not
how
about
pizza
food.
tastes.
Not about food.
There's no food facts. Well, I got one fact that if you eat a lot of it, you get fat. I do know that. That's a fact. At least I think. Okay, I'll give a fact. If when I eat a lot of it, I get fat. Let's just make it about me. But what my whole thing is that with Dave saying that, I really like that too, because he's like, this is what I like, and like for us, the things that we talk about, the things we say, not all of them are going to be backed up with facts. But the one fact I do know, I'm gonna blow your mind right now. Okay, is like people say like, "I know this." Well, people don't know shit, right? You know what I mean? Like I know it. Like I know I like pizza. I know that I taste it and then I like it, right? But really, there's only one thing I know, and the one thing I know is that I don't know shit. Okay? Like, I just want to tell everybody, I don't know who is going to watch this and see this, but like, if you can arrive at like, I don't know shit, your life will be so much happier. Now you can like,
yeah.
we can talk about
So
everything.
everything's a learning experience.
Like we talk about stuff all the time and you're like, well, this is what I think. And I'm like, well, I don't have all the facts, but this is what I currently think. And it's okay to come back later and go, yeah, I was fucking stupid on that one.
definitely wasn't. Yeah. No.
It's okay to be wrong.
Yeah. Yeah, that's it. It's okay to be wrong.
Like, it's okay. It's so funny. I talked to a lot of my staff because everyone struggles with just owning their shit. Like, just own it.
Like when you screw up. Yeah.
Like try to find out who you are. Be really good at who you are because you're the best at it. Try to be a better you.
Yeah.
But like when you screw up, look the person in the face and just be like, because I'll be like, who the fuck did this? And everyone's like, it wasn't me, wasn't me. I go, there's only 3 people in the building, and I know it wasn't me, so that leaves 2 of you. Which one did it? Neither of us. Okay, so this just a whole bottle of olive oil just spilled all over the floor, but no one did it? Okay, well, I guess I'll clean it up. Like, what the hell are you talking about? Just own it. And it's so funny. I will quote scripture, which I'm not a highly religious person at all. I'm very spiritual. I'm very spiritual, but I'm not religious. I have read the Bible, though. And Jesus, JC, one of my boys.
JC.
Yeah, I'm totally down with JC, dude. Knowledge dropper extraordinaire. Jesus basically was like, hey, you're fucked up. You're gonna be fucked up for your whole life and do fucking bad, stupid shit from day one to day dead. You're gonna be fucked up doing stupid shit. And you know what? That's okay. Try your best to not.
Yeah.
Try your best to be a good person. Try your best to not make mistakes. And I mean, it's like that teaching is really amazing. Once you realize that you're going to do stupid shit, when the stupid shit happens, you're just like, well, of course it happened. I'm stupid. Like
Yeah, definitely being able to like just realize that you're not perfect. You're not
my gosh.
You're not gonna do everything.
I mean, I
right
find
and-
myself getting better at like not resting like a case of glassware like on the corner of a garbage can and being like, as long as no one comes through the walk-in door, this will be fine. And then what happens? Some idiot, me, left it there, and someone comes through the walk-in door, and exactly what I predicted. I mean, I saw the future.
Oh my gosh.
And it smashes to the ground, and I'm like, you are so stupid. I don't do those things anymore. I should say almost don't do those things anymore. Like I look at things,
Check the time.
and I go 27.
Cool.
We gotta
No, we're good. We're good.
We're
We can
good?
we'll close it out here though.
but you know, the bit we'll reel it in here, but like, I mean, because we got all the way to Jesus. I mean, that's pretty amazing.
Yeah, that was pretty amazing.
But
I mean, no, not really though. From perseverance, you know,
Yeah.
not bad.
pushing through.
Not bad.
You know what? I mean, Jesus probably had some barriers in his life. There were definitely a lot of people that were not down with that shit going on.
No. But he kept going. You know, that's what he wanted to do.
That was his jam. And that's what he
Exactly.
felt was right.
Exactly.
And influencing, I dare say, still influencing quite a number of people across the planet. So
Probably
pretty amazing.
billions of people.
But you know, if you want to do something, do it.
Yeah, man.
Like just take one step.
And one step at a time. It's not like, yeah, like just do it. Like we don't say like just do it as in like, you know, do it all and
Get it done.
Get it done. That's
Start.
not getting that's not just doing it. Just doing it like Nike says.
Just do it.
Just do it, baby.
Or Mark Watney. You solve one problem and then you solve another one. And if you solve enough problems, you get to go home.
Yeah.
Or you decide, this is where I end. This is it.
Mars will fear my botany powers.
Mark Watney, space pirate.
All right, everyone. We're gonna close it out here. We really appreciate everyone watching our videos lately. It's been very fun to see all the views and the likes and all that.
Yeah,
But
we're
hey.
truly honored. So thank
Yeah,
you.
we're blessed. I mean,
and if you have any suggestions for topics, we would love to talk about something that
Yes,
someone
we
brought to us.
yeah, seriously, we want more interaction with the viewers and the content creators. So
Yeah, because I got a bunch of stupid shit to say about any topic. So just fire away for us, both of us. I mean, we know enough. We know I think we're both those people that like know a little bit
just
about
absorb,
everything.
yeah, just absorb just a little bit,
Just
about
enough to be
everything.
able to talk about
Yeah.
it, but most of it's just fucking
Yeah.
bullshit. So,
But
thank you.
yeah, thank you guys. Have a good one. Yeah, peace.
Peace out.